Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about a TYT video where Anna and Cenk show a video of Adam Smith talking with Jake Tapper where he apparently admits that the Democratic Party screwed Bernie in 2020. I'm going to show why that's just not true. And yeah, I put the video on 2x speed just so we could get through the parts that I picked out quicker. So yeah.
Well, there was a stunning admission by Democratic lawmaker Adam Smith during his CNN interview, and it's something that, as a progressive, I've known about. I think most progressives have known about this, but it's entirely different to hear it stated so clearly from a Democrat. Let's watch.
Let's remember what happened in 2020. Okay, the president did not run a great primary campaign. He lost badly in Iowa, New Hampshire, and Nevada. He came out of Nevada, and Bernie Sanders looked like the presumptive nominee, and this exact same group of people believes that the president is now deriding as elites, and by the way, they're not.
So I want to pause really quickly. Cenk says that Adam Smith said the elites rallied behind Biden and stuff. He explicitly here just said they're not elites. And he goes, and right now you'll hear him explain who they were. They were not elites. So Cenk was wrong there. He did not say elites.
Democrats, okay? They're party operatives, they're donors, they're volunteers, decided, and to all the Bernie supporters out there, I'm not judging this positively or negatively, they decided they didn't want Bernie Sanders to be the nominee. They decided that Joe Biden would be the better nominee, and credit, again, to the president. He decided that because he did 8 years as vice president, he did years in the Senate, he had the record to be a strong president. And so they, through their support behind Joe Biden, and Pete Buttigieg, and Elizabeth Warren, and Mike Bloomberg, and Amy Klobuchar, and maybe forgetting a few others, stepped aside.
Thus allowing Biden to take the nomination back in 2020. Understand what we just confessed to there. That in order to stop Bernie Sanders from winning the Democratic nomination, which he was poised to do, he was performing really well while Biden was performing poorly, Democrats got together, hatched this plot, and helped Biden beat Bernie just to ensure that Bernie would never see the day as United States president. Which sounds pretty, I don't know, undemocratic.
Nothing about that was undemocratic. It wasn't hatched this plot like if they're, cheating Bernie or they simply had, well, it was Pete Buttigieg, Amy Klobuchar who dropped out and endorsed him. And you had other people go support Biden over Bernie. Totally normal, totally fine. Bernie was not this clear front runner or poised to have won. It's just not true. And she said something else here.
Helped Biden beat Bernie just to ensure really well while Biden was performing poorly. Democrats got together, hatched Sanders from winning the Democratic nomination, which he was poised to do. He was performing back in 2020. Understand what we just confessed to there. That in order to stop
that he confessed. Again, he literally didn't confess to anything. He just simply explained what happened. So, yeah, we're going to skip a little bit ahead to 6:30.
But mainly, I want to ask you guys something. So if you were in those primaries and you voted for Biden and Hillary Clinton instead of Bernie Sanders, and you heard people saying to you, oh, no, the elites aren't deciding anything. You guys are. No, the idea that mainstream media and all the donors are on Hillary's side or Joe's side, that's just conspiracy theories. That's crazy. Well, you just saw it with your own eyes now. So who's telling you the truth?
Again, people dropping out and endorsing someone else is not elites deciding. Donors, volunteers, and others seeing that it's a race between Bernie and Biden at that point, where they did drop out, which was in March 2nd, after the first four primaries, they looked at it and went, it's just either going to be Biden or Bernie, and we think Biden is going to be better to run in the general, and we agree with Biden more, so we're going to go with Biden. That's not elites rigging. I mean, it's not elites choosing. It's none of that nonsense. It's simply those people supporting Biden instead of Bernie. That's it. That's all it was. And then at the end of the day, the people who are voting is not those elites. It's not those people. It's the voters. And the voters overwhelmingly decided that it should be Biden to be the candidate, not Bernie. So again, just another ridiculous point. Go to 745.
You're borderline racist, because the only thing, it's not a big deal. I mean, it was basically a tie in a couple of those states. And Nevada doesn't really count. I mean, so
actually, it's around here, sorry.
Nominee. Now, did Adam Smith or any of those other guys, or Jake Tapper, ever call Bernie Sanders a presumptive nominee?
Because he never really was.
They said, it's not a big deal. I mean, it was basically a tie in a couple of those states. And Nevada doesn't really count. I mean, it's so small, and he's already doing better with Latinos. It's not a big deal. The only thing that matters is South Carolina, because that's what African Americans are. If you count any of the three states, you're borderline racist, because the only thing that matters is South Carolina. The fact that he won those three doesn't mean anything. He's not a presumptive nominee, right? Now, all of a sudden, in hindsight, of course we're lying to you. He was a presumptive nominee until the donors and the elites got together and decided to torpedo him and put Joe Biden in place.
No, they did not put Joe Biden. They started. Some of those people started to support Biden, right? Amy Klobuchar, Pete Buttigieg, donors and others, volunteers, decided to support Biden. Yes. And then was Bernie the front runner? The person who's clearly winning? The way they make it seem is like he was clearly winning, guys. He was clearly ahead. And they still decided not to go back him, even though he clearly was the person who people were voting for and wanted to be the Democratic nominee. Not true. Let's look at the numbers. Iowa. Bernie lost by 0.1%. Now, you could say it was virtually a draw, sure. But it was a draw. Okay? Now, let's look at the next state that happened. New Hampshire. Yes, Bernie won by 1.3%. Not some big, large margin, right? We look at Nevada. He won by a big, large margin. And you know what happened? In the very next state, he got destroyed in South Carolina. So wherever was Bernie, the clear frontrunner, the person who was obviously going to win and the person who had the big lead, where? The numbers do not show this at all. It's just not true. They're just making it up. Progressives always talk about the way that Bernie lost this is because they just rallied behind Biden after South Carolina. You had Pete Buttigieg, Amy Klobuchar drop out, and everybody, all the establishment, gathered their support behind Biden. But Biden won South Carolina. Didn't all that happen after South Carolina? So what happened in South Carolina? What happened in Iowa when Pete Buttigieg won by 0.1%? What happened in New Hampshire where Bernie barely won? He barely won by 1.3%. It wasn't like it was a wash. Yeah, Nevada. He won clearly Nevada. Yeah, sure. But then he lost in South Carolina. Even more clear. Biden won more clear than what Bernie won in Nevada. So, and I didn't count the delegates right now, but Biden might have had a delegate lead at this point. So again, where was Bernie, the person who was going to win? Where? Let's look at the polling. Biden always had the lead. The only time Bernie started to beat him was for a few weeks where he won those, or he did well in those first 3 states. And then what happened once the polling came out after South Carolina? Biden came back and started to get in the lead again. And I'm not trying to discount that endorsements can't help Biden, that the people supporting Biden couldn't have helped him, but that's all normal. It is normal and obvious that Amy Klobuchar and Pete Buttigieg and others were going to support Biden over Bernie because they agree with Biden's policies more. And they also might have believed that Biden had a better chance of winning in 2020. They were right. Biden ended up winning in 2020. That's why they backed them. And to act, right? So, very simple explanation. Totally normal. It wasn't the elites choosing Biden. They decided they wanted to support Biden. And then when it came down to it, the voters picked Biden. The voters. Not the elites, the voters. And so again, this narrative, it doesn't make any sense at all. The numbers don't support it, and just logically, it doesn't make any sense. It obviously doesn't make sense. Yeah, obviously doesn't make sense. But okay, so we're going to go to 8:55. Skip through. It's all the way here. Okay.
Squandered on nonsense. I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with the lies. I'm fed up with them literally doing nothing but engage in fear-mongering in order to pressure people to vote for them. At some point, we got to stop feeding into their BS narratives and their pressure to support them even when they do nothing for us. I'm sorry. That's where I stand on Democrats right now. I'm done with presidential elections where I'm like, yeah, I really don't like that candidate at all, but I guess I got to vote for this person because the other guy is worse. No, I'm done with that. Okay, either give the voters something to actually feel inspired about, something to vote for, or get out of the race.
Yeah, I was gonna do.
Okay, so Anna's just saying here that she's not going to vote for Biden. Okay, good to know that she's not going to vote for Biden. There it is. It's clear. So whenever she talks about beating Trump, well, she just said that she won't vote for Biden. So there it is. And also another really quick point. Her saying that they don't do anything for us. Biden, legislatively, has done quite a bit. He's done a lot. So I don't know what she's talking about, like they don't do anything. It's just not true. Let's go to 1043.
all of these goons lose their races and come to the realization that they've got to do more for voters than disrespect them, fearmonger to them, pressure them to support them even though they're doing nothing for them. Okay, it's about time that they
fearmonger. What fearmonger? Ana agrees, I'm pretty sure, that Trump is a threat to our democracy. Where's the fearmonger there if it's true? Doesn't make any sense. Where are they fearmongering if what they're saying is true about Trump? You agree with them, Ana. So no fearmonger there. It's the truth. Okay. Just nonsense. All right. Then right here. Just this little quick bit.
And obey the donors. Then you're helping Trump. No, brother.
No, you're helping
Trump.
Yep.
Now.
Ana just admitted that she's not going to vote for the Democrat. She's done with it. You are helping Trump by doing that. So, me and others are helping Trump win by voting for Biden if he is the Democratic nominee. Guys, we're helping Trump by voting for Biden. But she's not, when she just said that she's not going to vote for, she's done voting for the Democrats just because she's against the Republicans, essentially. Okay, yeah, that makes total sense. And also, I'm pretty sure Cenk agrees with this because in the debate, he did a debate recently with Destiny Branawu and Matt Walsh where he said that he would end up voting for Biden, but then throughout the debate, he would like use language that would suggest that he wouldn't vote for Biden if Biden was the nominee. Seemed a little weaselly, and I'm honestly not totally sure if he would vote for Biden if he was the nominee. And he also has said in the past in other videos, I remember there's one video I saw him where he said he's considering voting for RFK Jr. over Biden in the general. Okay, so there it is. So honestly, it looks like he agrees with Ana, but I don't know for a fact. I'm not sure. We'll find out, obviously. So that's pretty much it for all the clips that I'm going to show. I wanted to mention two things really, really quickly. One is that same debate that I just mentioned. The moderator in that debate, Wick, asked Cenk about wouldn't voters feel cheated if you were to switch Biden in the convention for another candidate? He said no. Yet he's saying here that they were cheated off of Bernie winning. Now, let me ask you this. Who would feel more cheated? And what's actually legitimately, what's more legitimate? Feeling like you, who voted for Biden in the 2024 primaries, and they ended up switching him out for somebody else, despite the fact that he won the primaries and you voted for him, or in 2020 with Bernie, people dropping out of the race and endorsing him, and endorsing Biden instead of Bernie. That's cheating, but switching out the candidate in 2024 isn't cheating, and that's totally fine. You could do that because that's part of the process. That's how it works. No, it's because it's against Biden, and he doesn't want Biden. And for Bernie, it was against Bernie, the endorsements, so that is cheating. That's why. And me personally, neither one is cheating. Both are part of the process. Both are totally fine. No issues with it. And also, another thing I wanted to also say, really quick, progressives always talk in this way, and they're either insulting the voters as stupid or they're delusional. Really quickly. One is they talk about how progressives always talk about how people love progressive politics and they agree with progressives like Bernie and they like Bernie. So what you're telling me is the voters who agree with Bernie, like Bernie, saw that Bernie was winning, and they saw all of that and went, I'm not voting for him, I'm voting for Biden. Are you really calling them that stupid? Are you really calling them that dumb? Or the second thing is progressives, and this is actually the truth, is this where they delusionally believe that progressive policies and progressives are more popular than what they actually are. I'm sorry, but that's actually the case. It's not that the voters are stupid. It's that people don't agree with you. People don't agree with progressive policies. Progressives are not as popular as you think. It's that simple. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, see ya.